Imagine for a moment that you're taking apart an individual fruit. Remove the skin or peel, remove the seeds or pits, remove the stem, and separate all of that from the meat or pulp of the fruit. Gather a group of people who have never seen any kind of fruit or vegetable before in their lives. Put each of them in separate rooms. Allow none of them to communicate or make introductions. Give each person one set of the fruit's many parts. Allow each person several hours to touch, smell, taste, and see the pieces of the part that they were individually given. Then have all of them wash their hands and leave the pieces of the fruit that they were given in the rooms which they occupied, as they enter a separate conference room. Tell them that the pieces they were each given are all the same item. Don't tell them what the items were parts of or what a fruit is. Don't give them clues or hints. Ask them to define the item that they were given to each other. Observe them as they attempt to describe the items they were given to each other. Shortly you will find that each person is in disagreement with all the others. You might find two of them in partial agreement, but as a whole, each of them had different experiences and perceived the different pieces of fruit separately. Consider, the same exact experiment is going on right now. It is the experiment called life. The individual experiences of every single group of people in our experiment are segregated from each other while testing and theorizing within our closed views in quiet laboratories. Then, in open form, we debate. What is life? What is the human mind? Where is the human soul? What makes the economy tick? What makes the human person act and behave? Each sect of social science is so completely segregated by closed individual experiences, self-righteous views, and the overstated differences among behavioral psychology, social psychology, developmental psychology, Freudian psychology, philosophy, and economics, that these different views and experiences are impaired by a lack of cooperation towards an attempt to combine their experiences, efforts, and ideas to achieve a greater view that none of them can achieve alone. Psychology, philosophy, economics, and sociology are all different views of the same human society. After all, they are all different parts of the same set of knowledge that deal with the exact same item, people, and thus we choose to label the study of people social science. When we try to solve a puzzle, whether as entertainment or to fix a problem such as a broken tool or a malfunctioning automobile, do we limit ourselves to only one view? Or do we turn that item upside down and inside out to see the whole picture and assess every possible angle of its design and structure and behavioral aspects? No one study of life, no one study of the universe holds all of the answers or the ultimate answer. No one view is going to have all the answers to our questions. The same is true with both physical science and social science. Not physics, not math, nor biology or chemistry. Not history, not consumerism, not corporate entities, not law, not government, not culture, nor religion. There is no one silver bullet or golden dagger that will solve all of our problems or give us the ultimate view of what everything is, what everything means, or from where everything came. No matter how much we want to simplify it, the universe is not that simple. The universe is not made from numbers alone, nor is it made from chemicals alone, nor is it made from physical shapes, distances, and dimensions alone. The problems we have always had in finding answers is that each group of researchers, scientists, and students rarely try looking for answers to the questions that haunt them outside of their own fields of study. The Earth isn't just held together by chemistry. It's held in place, in space, by astrophysics, put together by the energies of nuclear physics, accounted for by math, and grown upon by an uncountable number of living forms of biology. Psychology studies what, when, where, and why we expect success or failure of our individual behaviors and social movements. Economics studies how we value what we have, what we want, and what we have lost in our individual behaviors and social movements. Philosophy studies how we justify our individual behaviors and social movements. Sociology studies the social constructs that we build in an attempt to help ourselves to achieve the things that we expect, value, and justify during our individual behaviors and social movements. Having different names enables us to put everything in our existence into different categories and thus identify what they are. However, our ideological preconception that we should assess everything by what makes it different and unique in order to figure everything out becomes a fault unto itself when our ability to use labeling diminishes due to our limited ability to separate structure from content. That is when the ideological preconception that we should assess everything by what makes it different and unique becomes self-defeating. Our ideological preconception that we should assess everything by what makes it different and unique will only take us so far. In fact, it has already shown signs of slack in providing answers for the great number of questions that we've always had. We continue on believing that we will always find answers we seek with the same means that we have always had, yet we have already learned that old ideas pass when new ideas are born. Our ability to assess the similarities that, when laid side by side, show us the secrets that we have always sought to find. The physical world, the chemicals, the math, the people, the energy, it's all connected. We live, we breathe, we learn. And while we are busy, we find value in economy. We discover our expectations in psychology. We hold it all together with law, while looking skyward with religion and justifying them all with philosophy. Whether we strive to find the most powerful knowledge in existence or discuss the greatest paradigms of life, the ultimate answers are not going to be found in just one field of science, but in many, in all of them combined. Each study holds a different key. Each field gives us a different set of views. We need all of them combined to unlock and understand what the universe is. We need all of them combined to unlock and understand what makes society work at its most optimal levels. Gravity, the greater good, chemical compounds, consciousness, energy, value, the great vacuum of space, neutrons, belief, algorithmic equations, the golden rule. None of them individually hold all the answers to life in the universe. Plus, there are many other paradigms that we aren't even aware of yet. It's all of them together, combined, plus the things we don't know, that makes life in the universe what it is. Until we combine them, we are going to continue to find ourselves lacking answers. From the waning of one understanding shines the promise of another. At the edge of each field of study, the next field of study grows and spreads across to continue the great paradigm and complete the perspective of life that we are still yearning to understand.